Alright, lovers, here's Russ. So there's Russ. It's my second attempt making this video because the first attempt I had personal information in there, like the location of the shelter and all that crap, and I don't want people coming, calling the shelter desk and and I'm looking at a Brian Fricks episode, right? Just wow. And like I said, alright, let me just continue on. The main topic of this video, yes, I am humanphobic, right? I am humanphobic because I have seen what humans can do, right? Especially in large groups. Okay, we're powerful and stupid at the same time, right? And stupid people in large group is called religious, right? And like, oh my gosh. And if you want to ruin somebody's life, all you got to do is falsely accuse them. It doesn't matter if, they're not guilty, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter, right? None of that matters. All that matters is, like I said, you can falsely accuse somebody, destroy somebody's life, and that's the end of that. And that's, that's basically what Michael Jackson went through, right? Okay. And right now, I'm going through a really bad time right now. Really bad time. Because, like, of course, multiple bad days at work. Okay? Multiple. Just wow. And it's not just work. It's the shelter, too. Right? At this shelter, I don't have any rights at anything. Right? I can't have my own space. I can't even take a shit. Yeah, it's that bad. I can't even take a shit. Okay? I can't be in the bed. Right? Because it's always some old man or something like that snoring and loud and no. I mean, it's just that bad. Okay. And why do you think I keep begging? Oh, okay, I need at least 10,000. Like I said, these OnlyFans girls, they're posting off titties and ass and all that stuff, and they're making millions of dollars, and I can't even get 10,000, bro. But like I said, I'm just happy I got 1,000, right? But I spent some of that money, for shelter stuff. Because, like I said, this shelter is like $10 a day. And if you don't pay, you're out in the streets. Just wow. And then I got to deal with, I got to get food and diabetic supplies and stuff. So it's really hard to survive. And like I said, I don't even have a game collection. Just wow. It really sucks. I said, it's really, really bad. Oh, stop complaining and do something. I'm trying to do something. Yeah, I'm at a point where it's like, I'm trying to do something, and it's nothing I can do. Because I can work this job. I can work for 2 bosses. All I'm going to do is stress myself out some more. Okay, that's all that's going to happen. Because these bosses, they want to, schedule clash. Okay, you don't even have the freedom to be able to work 2 jobs because, up here, these people love to change schedule on the fly. Just wow. Because these jobs are terrible, they pay low, but hey, a low paying job is better than no job for 8 years like Florida. Because that's what y'all were trying to get me back to, where I have nothing. And right now I do have nothing. I'm trying to get somewhere. Just wow. And like I said, my greatest mistake in life was trusting my brother. And I'm going to say it. And I want y'all to hear it. My greatest mistake in life was trusting my brother Dorian and housing Dorian and taking care of Dorian when Dorian didn't want to take care of himself. And I don't care. And yeah, he blocked me. I don't care. I don't care if he's upset. Oh, you told me your fault because Jerry didn't. Well, you know what? At this point, I don't care. Not my fault this family's weak and pathetic and can't get anything done. And you know what? That's what I want to address. So to all the people who want to sit there, oh, you're the reason why your mom died. Not necessarily so, right? Oh gosh, stupid close monitor. Just wow. Can this thing shut up? All right, I'm gonna have to chase where I was going to say because security guard coming after me again. And like I said, if I talk to myself in the dorm, these guys are gonna bother me. Oh, shut up, blah, blah, blah. But they get to snore. They get to do all this stuff. Okay, I can't even have any privacy. Like I said, this is part of the millennial, the curse of the millennial, right? And like I said, we're the worst generation ever. Like I said, they want to attack us saying we're the worst parents to Gen Alpha, blah, 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 blah. Oh, well. Okay, nobody fought for us. You know, boomers, they were telling some, get yourself up by your bootstraps, right? Just wow. And like I said, they ruined it for us. Boomers ruined it for us. And you know what? I said it once, I'll say it again. But prior to killed my mother, when I had said, I don't want children, right? I don't want to bring a burden to this life that didn't ask to be here. I don't want to pass down psychological trauma and physical trauma to another person who did not ask to be born. Let's say if Christianity was real, right? Wouldn't it be better to not create the child so that they won't end up in a lake of fire, right? Because just wow. And that's just for the argument's sake, right? It's just this thing is just so vile. This isn't so vile. I felt that in my entire life, like anything that goes wrong has gone wrong. Just wow. Always going to the terrible schools. Can't learn. Because what? You're always getting jumped, always getting bullied, always whatever. But bullying is not just in Florida. It's everywhere, even in Fargo. Okay, people are trying to get jobs, kids trying to get jobs, and they're getting bullied, right? And then you have to do so much to try not to get on the... You're trying so hard not to get on the wrong side of law enforcement, and it's just stupid. Just real dumb. And like I said, these kids don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance. As I was saying, I am human-phobic. You know, I don't care. And like I said, this family has been weak. And my mom's been asking for help. She was asking for help when she was alive for a long time, especially from her, the American side or whatever. She was asking for help for a long time. Never got any help. But part of that reason is she did something to her brothers, right? I have an uncle named Mark Keith, okay? He had a collection of baseball cards, and I think what my mother did, she took those cards, sold them against his will, and that's why he had animosity towards her. I don't know if it's like that right now, but you know, she did stuff to people, and then she will always try to play the victim. Like right now, I'm seen as what? A terrible son, right? Oh, you're a terrible son that abandoned your mom. I mean, that's part true, but like, dude, I am not going to wait around for 20 plus years for a basic job to come forward. I'm not. Okay, I wasted 8. Okay, the 8. I mean, that was before I moved to Fargo the first time. But like I said, I'm in a worse position now than when I was when I first got here. Because at least when I first got here, I had the Jeep. You know, it's just stupid. Oh gosh, like I said, I'm always at the worst of everything. That's why like I don't even want to meet no girl, because I'm like, I'm scared that they're all gonna be like the ones from high school, right? Look at this, another stupid glucose monitor every 5 minutes. I'm gonna let it beep. Because it's just so annoying. It says my blood sugar is low. That's what it says. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm trying to explain things, and I'm always getting interrupted by a security guard or a glucose monitor. So let me go ahead and make this quick. My mom did stuff to people, and then she always played the victim. I'm always meeting the wrong people in this life, okay? It's always, you know, the wrong associate, wrong coworker, wrong classmate, always going to the wrong school, always the wrong timing, right? Graduating at the wrong timing at the worst recession ever, you know? And then, all that negative. That's why I am a negative person, because I've experienced nothing but negative in life. More negative than positive, right? Even right now, more negative than positive, right? Oh, people like you don't need to exist. Well, I say realities like this don't need to exist, because, like I said, what lesson are you learning? What are you learning? To be submissive to your haters? Is that what you're learning? Stupid, right? And it's just so dumb. Oh gosh. What I was trying to explain this entire time is like I don't want to be around humans, I'd rather just be by myself with a bunch of simulated humans, right? Simulate that life. Simulate the life that, you met this wonderful girl and blah, blah, blah. I get it. That's why AI is going to take over. That's why. Because people like us, who came from dysfunctional families, who came, who experienced terrible stuff in this life, we're going to simulate the life that we wanted. Even if it's just, paid subscriptions and paid fake characters and, bunch of machinery, you could put your stuff in and blah, blah, blah. And, they could simulate, what would it be like if you had that kind of stuff, right? And that's why the fictional character, Trunks, failed. He failed. Not only in his life, his timeline, he failed in this one too. We're going to get taken over. And if we get killed off by a bunch of androids, then so be it. It's going to happen. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Because the androids, they don't come all at once. They come increments. Remember, they were first fiction. They were first virtual characters, right? And then they evolved. And then started becoming your cell phone, right? Started becoming your game console, right? And then they evolve again. Oh, now we're your chat GPT. Okay? And then, like I said, it's going to eventually evolve to a point where they become real. You won't be able to tell the difference between them and a human, right? And then, not only they're going to take our jobs, but they're going to take our lives too, okay? Just wow. They'll create AI to simulate our dead celebrities. And I already see a ton of Michael Jackson AI videos, okay? I already see it. But none of them could ever do what he did. None of them. All right. Man, it just sucks. Like I said, if I'm living in the last days, then oh well. Then I'll just stay bitter until I have no more breath. But I just want the world to know that I was trying to chase something, and maybe I should not have trust people. I should not have told nobody about what I want to do in life. If I had kept my mouth shut, maybe I would have already gotten what I wanted. If I had, and I'm going to say it again, if I never had trusted Dorian Colin Rodriguez, right, I wouldn't be in this situation. If I had never housed him for 10 years, try to help him get jobs, and every time he got a job, he always ended up getting fired, okay, because he's always doing something stupid. Okay, if I had never helped him, I would be further along, and I wouldn't be homeless right now. I wouldn't be, an eviction on my record and terrible credit and all that stuff. If it weren't for him. And like I said, he can't lie saying that I wasn't, you weren't a good brother. That is a fucking lie. Okay, I did more than what a brother should be doing. And this is what I get. This is what I get, man. And that's the frustrating part of this world. This is the frustrating part of this life. My own family, trash, complete trash. And like I said, my father, all he wants to do is control, and I'm not gonna let him control whatever time I got left with this life. I don't care. I'm not gonna let him. Okay, I don't care. But I want to live that life. Okay, where I do what I want. Okay, because as a teenager, I was never allowed to do stuff. Never allowed to play to collect Pokemon cards. Never allowed to have Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Never allowed to have video games. All because of that stupid religion. And that's why I'm the way I am right now. That's why I'm so damn rebellious. And I don't care. I'm dead already anyway. I already got a toe in the grave. The rest is just gonna come real soon. But I'm just tired. No support system. Ain't no point calling 988. Ain't no point. Sending me to another mental hospital. Ain't no point. Because mental hospitals don't help at all. They don't help my situation. My situation is financial. Okay? And like I said, trying to establish yourself. And then, like I said, the system won't let you. Maybe I'm like I said, I'm already been, we're gonna make sure Terrence Bjorn Rodriguez Rod Siller, make sure he's dead. Because we're not gonna let him start his business. We're not gonna let him get ahead. Okay? That nigger needs to die. Niggers need, like I said, this world's free. That's why I want a meteor to destroy this earth. That's why I kind of want human extinction to happen. I don't care. Because I'm so tired of this lonely life. No friends. Yeah, no relatives. No good relatives, right? I'm just tired of it. And like I said, I can't even sleep. Because even if I go to sleep, I could dream about a world where I have everything I need, but it's only short-lived. Because by the time, like say, the light might come on, or some idiot's alarm clock goes off, or something, and then, like I said, I'm back in this shithole, this prison planet. Okay? Just wow. Like I said, it's the security guard coming back. All right, guys, I'm gonna end it right here. I don't even know if I'll ever get another quiet time, because this entire thing is just so stupid. All right, Ross says I know.